Hi, I'm Donald Link. Today we're in Seattle, Washington with Langdon Cook. He's a forager, looking for things to eat on land and in the sea, from clams to wood sorrel leaves.
This is Oregon grape. My kids love it as a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
If you ever get lost in the forest, you want Langdon with you because he knows what you can eat and what you can't.
This is obviously not ready. They're green. The thimbleberry. Imagine wild raspberry. That's sort of a wild edge to it. And then I'll make jam. Like a couple of years ago, I gave jars to all my relatives as sort of recessionary Christmas presents, you know?
Those are the best kind, though.
Exactly. It doesn't actually have thorns on it. So you can find a big patch of thimbleberries and just walk through it willy-nilly and not have any problem.
Can you eat the leaves?
I've never tried.
I'm not going to die, am I?
Well,
we'll find out. Yeah.
When I do my classes, I tell people the golden rule about foraging is never pick anything and eat it that you're not 100% sure about.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
You might be walking along and see something that, hey, that looks kind of like a wild parsley. Well, it could be poison hemlock, you know?
And what does that do to you?
Kills you.
Kills you?
You know, it's scary, but it's easy to learn what is and isn't edible. The best thing to do is just get outside with someone who knows what they're doing and learn this stuff. This is a big leaf maple tree right in here. You can eat the blossoms on that.
Oh, really?
These are red huckleberries.
Ah, check it out.
Notice how the fresh growth is all green, even the branch tips. And you need to get kind of a handful to get the full flavor. Red huckleberry bushes are just about the tallest.
Yeah,
they'll grow to like 18 feet tall.
I was looking down. I guess that's why I missed them.
Look at how bright red this berry is. It's a good one to know. You know, most people pass right by all this free food that's growing right on the trails. I brought you a very high-tech berry picking tool here. This is my Seattle Mariners bucket. Nice. I hope you don't mind wearing that. And see.
Was that some sort of baseball team?
Yeah. You can see that it takes a while to get some berries. On the other hand, these berries, you don't need a lot. If I'm making a dessert, like a little tartlet, I'll just decorate the top. That's a lot of flavor right there.
Won't they make a machine that does this?
Well, there is a huckleberry comb, but they're hard on the plant. How many berries do you think you'll need to do something for like cheese or?
I don't know, about this many?
About this many.
That only took 10 hours. It'd be really good with the cheese we're gonna have at Kirtwood Farms.
They do add a nice splash of color and a little tartness.
That's the honey.
These are salal They're good for jams and jellies. Look underneath it because that's where the shanties like to grow. Yeah, chanterelles. This is our trailing blackberry.
Yikes, ow.
Pretty good flavor. This is the sort of thing that maybe a leprechaun would hang out under. The shamrock-like thing. This is wild wood sorrel.
Oh, wow.
This is a small patch right here, but in the Northwest, especially in sort of lowland coniferous woods, you can find the ground just carpeted with wild wood sorrel. Especially in Northern California where the redwoods are, this stuff is everywhere.
Wow.
Same kind of flavor as cultivated sorrel. It's real lemony and tart. Yeah. And that's because it's got oxalic acid in it, which a lot of wild greens have actually. So you could actually make a French sorrel sauce using a wild native ingredient here. Put it over salmon or halibut. You know, the problem with this is just like the pot herb sorrel. As soon as you cook it, it turns that kind of puke green color.
Yeah. So you ever tried it in a mortar, in a pestle?
I haven't. That sounds like something I need to try.
Say like if you were to take a knife and chop it up, it all turns black.
That's right.
But for some strange reason, when you do it with a mortar and pestle, it turns like bright green, and then you put olive oil in it.
Would you press it through something to sort of strain it?
No, I don't bother with all that. I do a lot with mint and basil.
Yeah.
And we put a little bit of salt in the basil leaves or mint, and just or parsley, and when you smash it,
I think that'd be a great
they turn bright green.
Yeah,
which is basically concentrating them down into like a drizzle.
Okay.
So without having just torn herbs on top or cut herbs, it's all intensified into that oil.
Awesome.
I think this would be even better than using basil or mint because you still have to put some sort of acid in it to brighten it back up.
Right.
Whereas that already has it. So
built in.
The rule about foraging is that a little goes a long way. Many items you find, even if you don't have a lot of it, can be used to give a dish that special extra kick in taste, color, and texture.